1.
A post-apocalyptic universe, a corrupted enemy called the Fremi that destroys any technology smart enough to threaten it, and a lone pilot in an analog cockpit inspired by the Apollo command module. That's the setup for Pilot 6174 Orbital Survival, a hardcore sci-fi roguelike where gravity is the most honest enemy you'll ever face. Navigation uses real Newtonian physics, orbital phasing, gravitational assists, actual fuel conservation. Space is modeled at realistic scale, meaning travel between planetary bodies can take weeks or months in-game. Generating heat from your ship's systems increases your radar signature and attracts the Fremi. Whether to hide, fight, or burn for an evasive move is rarely a clean decision. Permadeath, procedurally generated star systems, and a target release of 2027.
Number 2.
Rather than watching workers shuffle around and micromanaging every task, Centaurus puts you in the role of system architect. You design the network, workers handle themselves. Starting from a single mine, you build outward into a layered industrial base of factories, depots, research centers, and power structures, with the layout of each module affecting transport efficiency, power loss, and defensive vulnerability. As Centaurus scales up, you can organize modules into local economies that operate semi-independently within the larger base, cutting down on sprawling supply chains. You set logistics rules, define resource flow priorities, and track efficiency metrics to find and fix bottlenecks. When enemy factions push back, you're commanding soldiers, tanks, aircraft, and laser systems in real time, and when you break their lines, you capture their infrastructure and fold it into your own.
Number 3.
Earth is under attack and you're piloting a ship made of nanorobots, an adaptive vessel that evolves based on what you collect from the enemies you destroy. Nano Squadron is a top-down space roguelite where shield management is as important as firepower, and every hit you take leaves you scrambling while they recharge. Movement uses real momentum, thrust, turn, brake, so there's an actual skill ceiling to mastering the cockpit. You can let weapons auto-fire and focus on flying, or switch to manual twin-stick aim for tighter control. Fallen enemies drop nanobots that feed your ship's evolution, pushing your build in new directions with each run.
Number 4.
Most dungeon games cast you as a hero pushing deeper into darkness. Like of Might flips that entirely, because you are the final boss. An undead like at the end of the dungeon, and every hero that invades your lair needs to be stopped with whatever necromantic power you can throw at them. It blends fighting game and twin-stick shooter elements using directional inputs to cast offensive and defensive spells. The action is fast and demands quick thinking. You're reading the invader's movements and countering in real time with minimal handholding. The visual aesthetic is deliberately vintage, invoking late 8-bit era fantasy horror, with all the visual artifacts that come with that era. And before we get to our last spot, be sure to vote for your favorite in the comments to have them included in this year's Godot Game Awards.
Number 5.
Pool physics meets merge puzzle and nightlight, a relaxing score chaser that's easier to describe by feel than by genre. You aim and shoot balls across a play area, and when two matching ones collide, they merge into the next tier, triggering chain reactions, spawning larger balls, and racking up points. The strategy is in the shot selection. Angle, strength, and where you're aiming all affect whether you set off a satisfying combo or just fill up the board. Cute pixel animals keep you company as you play, and the whole thing has a calm, atmospheric quality that makes it very easy to keep going for one more round.